Figure it out.
Hello, this is Adam Koralik from Figured Out Productions. The following video is a video of some kind, and I hope you enjoy it.
Ohio gozaimasu. All right, everybody. I'm back in Japan. This is Joseph the Hard-Off Destroyer. Behind him is Sunshine, the Earth's sun, who's also up there, too. It's really weird. Anyway, we are doing the video game hunting thing, and our first stop is what?
Book Off Plus.
Book Off Plus. They got books, they got off, and they got plus. Plus, we're bothering people. So we're going to go inside and look for the video games. Check it out. We got a good deal on Pepsi Man over here. Somebody might be getting that. Yeah, some of the more rare games. You got. Also, look at that. There's a music CD called That's Atari Music, Volume 2, Panzer Dragoon score, and then just some other stuff like PCFX, Dreamcast, Saturn. They got Metal Wolf Chaos, original Xbox, also back there. I don't know. It's kind of annoying because we can't really thumb through those. Otherwise, I think we all agree we would. You would thumb through the games?
Yes, I would thumb through them.
I just noticed you trimmed your beard. I don't like it. I don't like it. Gold N64s. There's also the orange Game Boy Advance, which is also an exclusive release. Anyway, let's continue searching. All right, we got stuff at the store. I got one thing.
Yeah,
he got some stuff.
Me to buy stuff.
We forced him to buy a lot of good stuff, though.
Yeah,
That store had some
garbage.
Yeah, me too. But that was good garbage. Like it was garbage price for really quality game, which you'll see eventually. Yeah. Now, as it happens, across the street there's a Surgai specialty shop.
Brand new.
Brand new. Huge. Well, we're gonna go check it out, see if it's got any more treasure. So, Joseph's looking for 3 Neo Geo CDs, finding the pornographic Mahjong.
It's to completion, right?
Yeah, that's your reason.
You have it too.
Yeah, but I got it for free.
Because you're Adam Koralik.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Mother.
Also, we didn't get any of this for free. That's actually, this is really cool. A PCFX in the box. That's kind of neat. Got a virtual. That is a lot of money for a Virtual Boy in the box. But that's cool to see a PCFX in the box. Lots of consoles and stuff. This one also does tax-free shopping, which is nice. I don't know if we mentioned that before. I don't think we did. Tax-free shopping is a nice perk in Japan where you kind of save like 8 to 10%, depending on the store. And we usually take advantage. 3DO, PC Engine, stuff like that. We got Metal Gear MSX back there. We got Jack Bros. The Japanese version of that is more expensive now because you can apparently, with a simple cheat code at the menu, switch it into English, which has made the Japanese one more expensive. We have one of the other rare PCFX games back there. I'm noticing a ton of PCFX on this trip so far. It's been very bizarre. Just giving you guys a sense of how this works. They basically just have like aisles of games. So like this is a GameCube section, a Wii section, Super Famicom, aka Super Nintendo section. There's boxed and then there's loose, as you can see here. More of it, they label it, of course, at the top. But that's just a general sense of how it works. And some of the games can be really cheap. Some can also be much more expensive. Obviously, use your phone for currency conversion. Over here, things like Xbox, Dreamcast, etc. And we've been kind of playing around over here. One thing I found that was pretty cool, though I'm deciding to pass on it, is the Sharp SF1 Super Famicom controller, which is basically, what was it, a controller specifically for the SF1 TV? Yeah, it's like a spare controller for that. Ooh, look, weren't you guys talking about this before? It's the gold Zelda GBA?
No, well, that's not exclusive.
But, okay, that's just a gold GBA with Zelda thing. Yeah. Okay. So we found a little bonus. Check this out. This is Sagata Sanshiro. That's the actor. They got posters. They're still doing ninja karate stuff or whatever with him. Good for you, dude. So we are now in Sagami Ono. Yeah, there's Sunshine. Oh, and then there's this guy who decided to buy a Micro Machine as a car. This is the natural fitting place of my head. Look at this. I am not, like, this is actually where it fits. In order to, kind of like this, I have to bend my knees. Like, ridiculously. Why would you buy a toy as a car? What is wrong with you? Explain yourself.
It's cool. So RDTT is like Tony Stark. I'm basically Tony Stark of Japan.
You're very small Tony Stark.
Yeah, you're like baby Tony Stark. This is not for humans. Especially not fat ones like us. Except for this guy. You're too tall, though.
Yeah, no, there's still like some sacrifices had to be made.
Dude.
I mean,
we're going to be driving around in this thing all day.
The things we do for hard-offs.
Hard-offs, man.
I would say, you know, Up to 6 stores, I hope. There's Zest, Hard Off, Sir Guy is in this area, like within 20 minutes of each other. So I hit probably Sir Guy first, and hit Hard Off, Chirincon, Tuscaloosa's a Hard Off where I met you. Then from there on, it's whatever the closest Hard Off is, the Hard Off app.
Yeah, and after that, we're all going to the hospital.
We're at our next location, which is, of course, a Hard Off. And over there is Joseph taking a selfie of me filming him. Dude, we got real FM Towns Marty games. Which ones were they?
Little Level.
All the way to the right.
And then, I can't remember that last one.
There's some shoot 'em ups, basically. Yeah, they have actual games. No system, of course. Keep in mind, if you come to Japan, there's a lot of Hard Offs. This doesn't even begin to represent it. So we've got an AES, we got a PC Engine GT, PC Engine Mini. Cool. Lots of Vitas, PSPs, Switches, DSs, 3DSs. So we've got an iMac Sega branded Chibi Godzilla game. That is genuinely bizarre. We are at yet another Hard Off. I didn't get anything from the previous one. He did. Oh yeah. Yeah, he's been doing pretty well. I've done okay. I think you did well at like one store.
Yes,
sorry.
Neo Geo CD games.
Yeah, well, don't ruin it for them. They'll see it later.
It's mine, not yours.
It's going to be in the video, isn't it?
You should have been in the video.
It will be in the video.
This is future. This is a bit in the future. They already seen that bit.
Hello, I am from the future.
He doesn't know how editing works. So as we continue our Hard Off adventure, there is a significant moment. He was once very famously thanked for his service right here, despite thinking I had not thanked him for his service.
Thank you for your service, Adam.
I did. Got some cool stuff in the glass here. This kills me. They have Super Graphics games, and they even have the one I need. But am I willing to pay that? No. That's like $475 without tax. Well, there it is, the Super Graphics itself, which is, I swear, cheaper than the game. I don't even remember how much the game costs already. But, yeah. Is this that gold Game Boy you were talking about earlier?
No, that's not a Pokemon Center one.
Oh, yeah, what do I know? Neo Geo controllers, TV tuner for the Neo Geo Pocket, Dreamcast link cable for it. Oh, the mini Game Gears. Man, those have shot up a lot. Wow. MSX stuff. And the Super CD-ROM System 2 back there. You guys hear that music? That's the get the hell out of here music. They got some cool stuff, though. We got the leopard print BMUs. This is a cool McDonald's game for the Famicom called, where you play as Donald McDonald. Not Ronald McDonald. Donald McDonald. All right, we are at the next game store. This is a place called Zest. And don't be dissuaded by all the stupid anime stuff on the side. They actually have real content here, like Videogames. You've never been here before. They have porn, too. Yes, that's what he's excited about. Oh, good. That's good. They've separated all the worthless anime garbage, and now we can go to real games. And for those who are like, I love anime, I don't give a So we've got box consoles. We got the pink Sakura Wars Dreamcast. Also have loose consoles. Some junk consoles here. A lot of Wii U's right now. 1,100 yen. That's like $8 for a Wii U. If even that, it might actually be less. But this is junk consoles. That must be stressed. You know, Famicom disk systems, PS1s, Famicoms. Yeah. Controllers, but again, this is the junk section. You have nicer stuff, obviously. 3DSs, new 3DSs, the mini systems. You get it. Japanese Xbox Series X for a lot of money. This is that new no disc, 1 terabyte model. Why would you even bother? And then we have nicer consoles that are, you know, packaged up. So Saturns, etc. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything too crazy from my perspective. But yeah, we got some, you know, the box games. There's a few like Game Boy Advance games I'd love to find, but I just never see them. One in particular, but I don't want to say what it is out loud. It's not like porn or anything. Jurassic Park. This is a Jurassic Park game on Game Boy Advance I want. Joseph, find me the Jurassic Park game on Game Boy Advance.
Right there.
Lies. Joseph is a liar and a charlatan. Never believe anything he says. Okay. Great commentary. All right, anyway, so there's U-Card games, PC Engines, Saturn stuff. You said oh, look, there's Gunner's Heaven. That's the version that we're used to seeing.
Yes, that's
Interesting.
price.
Not so great, but yeah. Anyway, Game Boys and other stuff. Where did you see the Neo Geo CD stuff?
It's one game right there.
One game, okay. Oh yeah, it literally is just the one game. I can't even tell which one that is.
It says in English. I can't read this.
Oh, Way of the Blade. Right. Well, that's just a subtitle. That's not actually the name of the game. Oh, fine, whatever. I don't care. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Is that the For Matching Service Dreamcast game? Ooh. Anyway, whatever. I don't know. There's a bunch of stuff in there. And then we got GameCube, which I'll probably peruse through this, but I don't think they're going to have any of the things I want. Socks. Then we have N64. Then we have something of a junk section for GBA, Game Boy.
It's called Last Blade.
Yeah, Last Blade, that's right. See, I told you guys, Joseph's a liar and a charlatan. You can never trust anything he says. That's what he does. So I'm thinking this cartridge was stuck in a console for like the better part of, I don't know, a decade. Like, just never taken out of there. Look at this. I've never seen one like that. So definitively two-toned. So we're leaving Zest. Sunshine's in there getting stuff. We decided as a group to go upstairs and check out that adult section. It ain't playing up there, man. Like, it's the whole floor. Obviously, I did not show you any of this, and trust me when I say I could not. Like, it's everywhere.
You can tell what their priorities are.
Yeah, the upstairs section for adults is definitely
way more vast,
way more intricate and detailed, and let's say demonstratory. They have videos playing, like not even teasers, like just this is two people hooking up. It was kind of cool. Last store of the night, another Zest.
Yeah.
I don't know about their adult selections just yet. This guy does.
No, I do not know exactly how much they have.
Not exactly. He has a vague idea. So we got some Mega Drives. A lot of stuff on sale, actually. 8,000 yen for a Mega Drive Model 1. Pretty good. Yeah, some with controllers even. That's impressive. This store has some good deals on stuff, but so far nothing any of us actually needs. But it's been cool to see all the same. This was here the last time we were here. And it's still awesome. The 7-Eleven mech. So we have left Zest. Sunshine got another thing. He spent a lot more time in the adult area. The adult area in this one, not as big as the first adult area, but still very big and very full of adult content. And apparently one guy with horrible BO and another guy who I think took a dump in the aisle. It's terrible. How was your adult time in there?
They didn't have any FM Towns games, so.
Yeah, that's what he was looking at.
Yeah, definitely.
It's the FM Towns games.
This is just.
Yeah, we don't want that. Anime figures. Now, see, that part's the more offensive part. So we're back in the car, and as you can see, we've got the trunk open here. This is where my head should be for me to sit normally. This is the stupidest car! I'm sorry, but your car sucks. I have to lay down in the back of this car like a ridiculous Whatever, it's fine. Thanks for driving us around. Thank you for your service.
You're welcome.
So you guys might not see Joseph again for the rest of this video, so we're going to show you his pickups now. What do you get here?
Alright, so I basically got Neo Geo games. I got Double Dragon.
Neo Geo CD.
Sorry, yeah, Neo Geo CD Double Dragon.
Yeah.
Art of Fighting
Collection.
It has an art book inside of it, basically. It's Art of Fighting 1, the art book, basically. And
Samurai Showdown RPG, right?
Yep.
Okay. And then a Game Gear TV tuner pack, which they have various different boxes for this thing.
Yeah, it's complete in box. Has the user manual in there. It's pretty clean, actually.
I have one of those, but not in this box style.
I think it's Japanese art style.
I know. I got mine here in Japan.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it just looks totally different.
Oh. Yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for your service, Joseph.
No problem.
Okay, right there. That is a win. I already have one of those, but if I didn't, I would be all over that lickety-split.
Alright, this is a win. We got a boxed PCFX, a boxed PC Engine with interface unit, nice Dreamcast and stuff like that, but the Victor Saturn boxed, as well as a Super Graphics boxed. That's pretty good. So I just came out of this Book Off Plus in Yokohama, near my hotel, just trying to kill some time, and I was a little shocked by some of the inventory. They had some really cool consoles. Nothing I actually needed, but stuff that I definitely would have bought if I didn't already possess it. Yeah, somebody come claim this, because there's some good stuff in there. And this one does tax-free as well. All right, video game hunting adventure continues. We are at another Hard Off. This one's a little weird. Even though it is New Year's Day at the time we're recording this, everything in Japan is shut down, except for convenience stores, and for some reason, Hard Off. Hey, good for us. So we got rows of games over here. Check it out. Dean Sunshine on Summertime. Let's see what Sunshine's doing over here. What'd you find?
This is the most porn I've seen at a Hard Off.
Okay, all right.
Like that 18+ sign.
We're good. I don't know if anybody's going to remember Tiago, Portugal Man, who used to be in my Portuguese videos, but there's a game about your city, about how Portugal used to be an empire. You used to be an empire. Suck it.
We used to be an empire, man.
I have no idea what Famicom game this is, but for that must be something unique. Ah, that's cool. I already have one of these, so first world problems. Otherwise, I would probably get that. But that's a PS2 controller made by Sega towards the very end of the Dreamcast lifespan. And the idea was those PS2 Sega Ages collections, you would have an official Saturn controller to play with them with, because that's mostly what the games were. That was an interesting one, because the prices in there were really good. They just had almost nothing we really needed. He got some stuff. I got one thing, which was mostly like a pity thing. Can you stop being in both shots? It's both angles of this shot.
Must ruin every shot.
Why do you do this? Anyway, prices were good. Not much inventory, but he's happy. I'm content. Are we going to another one? Do we have time?
I have no idea.
All right, we are continuing our adventure here. I am now in Hiroshima, Japan. And there's not much here in the way of like book offs and hard offs and retro game stores. There's a couple things. As it happens, there is a super book off bazaar just down the street from my hotel. I don't know if we're going to have anything interesting in there, but definitely worth a look. Well, they're very clearly tax-free, and they recycle fun. First off, first thing I see is the Space Channel 5 Part 2 collector's set for 23,000. Yeah, this one's tax-free though, so we wouldn't have to pay. So it'd be 23,000, not 25,300. We got, you know, some Neo Geo CD games here. Prices here are kind of all over the place, to be totally honest. This definitely has a, come on in, Baka Gaijin, give us money for these toys and junk that we have laying around type of vibe. Prices in this one are kind of bad. This is a junked PC Duo. It's basically $125. No. Some neat items like the Panasonic FZ memory unit for the 3DO. We also have a fighting stick for the 3DO. Seeing the box is interesting. Boxed Virtual Boy, that's like $325. Pokemon N64s. That's just too much money for that, to be completely honest. I mean, that's a fair description. I am game hard. So that's kind of cool to see. That is one of these rarest Sega Saturn games, but can adjust it for the exchange there. That's like $3,200. This is kind of cool. It's one of the harder OG Xbox Japanese exclusives to get a J Phoenix. I already own it, but it's kind of interesting to see two copies of it, because I don't think I ever really saw it in the wild before. Alright, I actually got some stuff. I guess it's spoilers. I found a PS5 game that I was told pick up, so I did. But I wasn't over the tax threshold, so if you want to do tax-free shopping here in stores like that support it, you have to reach a certain threshold. Usually it's 5,000 yen or 5,500 yen, and the game was nowhere near that. So I was like looking around desperately to try and find other stuff, and oddly enough, the PS5 came in the clutch again. There's not very many non-Weeb exclusives, but I found them, and I got them. So according to Google, there is a retro game store here on the second floor called Anya. We'll go scout it out. Inside, okay, so the store opened a minute ago. It's already packed to capacity. This is a weird one. I mean, look, they have a Philips CDI set up to play. Atari 2600. This store comes off like it's, Most retro game stores that we found in Japan are just like stores that sell stuff. This feels like somebody who's actually into the hobby who's running a store. I mean, look at this. You got American 32X, Sega CD. You even have European exclusive Mega Drive games, American Dreamcast stuff. Where's Joseph when you need him? He'd be in heaven out here. All the American stuff. But lots of Genesis carts. But then you also have a mix of things like, you know, PC Engine and PCFX, stuff like that. Yeah. Atari. I've never seen this much Atari content in Japan. It's just baffling. We got some glass case items. That is the Eldorado Gate series on Dreamcast. I actually first thought this might be the Grauen no Torikagu's thing. Oh, yeah. No. But this is also a hard set to get. It's a series of games Capcom was working on. They never finished it. They got to the 7th game and then just stopped. I think it was supposed to have 12. Then you have like boxed N64. Again, a US stuff.
Yeah, we got US Mega Man X3 in there.
They have US Web of Fire for 32X. Just there. Mixed with a bunch of Famicom stuff. This is Godzilla Melee for Game Boy Advance. Just a lot of bizarre stuff down here. Some of the rare PCFX stuff, Dreamcast stuff like Border Down. Aldines for the Super Graphics, which they have the console over there actually. Yeah, a lot of it's just insane. Back here we have a Victor Saturn in the box. Evercade stuff, a lot of Saturn, a lot of Dreamcast. This one's a little overwhelming, I'm not going to lie. If you like 3DO, you're going to be happy. Not only they got the box console, but we have a gigantic array of American stuff, the console again, and then the entire big set of Japanese stuff. Xbox as well. We got OG Xbox, Xbox 360, we got Xbox demo discs, both American and Japanese. We got Japanese stuff over there. Cool ones like Under Defeat, which is a good exclusive. I forget what that one is, but it's a good game as well. The cave games. It's a lot. We got bigger box sets, some of these like limited run game sets and things like that. PS4, obviously PS3 as well. PS1, PS2. Yeah, this is a store you just kind of get lost in for quite some time. Turn around and there's just more PSP, PS3. It's so bizarre to see this much American stuff. Like, it's throwing me off a little bit. Like, look, Heart of Darkness, PS1, but US version. Oh, and Barbie, because we needed that. Okay, not only is it labeled that it's European, so it's the PAL versions, the fact that there are PS2 European games here, this store is very impressive. Same with PS1, European exclusive PS1, and a little more PS2. So we got more PS1 down here, as well as American N64, American GameCube, American Wii U. This is just throwing me off because I don't want to see that. I actually want all the Japanese stuff, but I'm impressed. That's really the only way to put it. So we got Super Famicom boxed, a little bit of GameCube down there, Wii U again, carts. So we got loose carts and boxes of Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance. Look how organized this is. Famicom carts are organized by the company that made them. That is impressive. And whole stacks of NES cards. Dude, even like indie games like Expedition, I showed that in a video a long time ago. I'm just impressed. So we left Anya. What'd you think?
That was fascinating. Like, there was more import stuff there than any store I've ever seen in Japan, that's for sure.
Yeah, that was fascinating to both of us, because it was both really good and really bad. Like, it had some really cool stuff we liked, but there was such an emphasis on American and, oddly enough, European imports, which is more European imports than I've seen in any store in the States, that it was like, it didn't have enough Japanese content for me, which is interesting. No, but that was a really cool store. That one is unique in the sense that I feel like that is the only store I've been to in all of Japan and all the times I've been here that's actually run by a guy who actually is into retro video games. Like, he doesn't just see it as a business. He's like, this is my hobby. Let me share it with you.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Exactly. Even with the place, like, they had a place, not just arcades, he had a CDI set up with Tetris.
Yep.
It was wild. Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, that was a cool store. Cash only, but still, we both got stuff. That's how you know it's still good. When I use cash, that place is cool. Okay, guys, so the way this is going to work is there's going to be 7 of these, so each one of them is going to end with a segment of Sunshine doing some of his pickups. So without further ado, part 1.
Starting with PlayStation 1, we've got A Cheeky Angel. It's anime. We've got Doko Demo Isio, which is a demo disc for the Pocket Station with a bunch of little mini games. In particular, it has the PlayStation mascot Toro, which they use so frequently. It's kind of interesting. Fine, very cheap. We've got Chocobo Mystery Dungeon 2. I don't own the first one. We've got Vib Ribbon, which is an interesting rhythm game. It uses music CDs, so you pop out the PlayStation game, and then you pop in a music disc, and you can play a rhythm game to the music CD with that. So it auto-generates the level based on that, which is pretty neat. Here's the piece of Resistance. Pepsi Man. I was very happy to find this at a decent price. Definitely one of the ones I was looking for. Particularly at that book off, Joseph and Adam found it, and of course I had to buy it. But while I was in the process of buying that, particularly with the tax-free process, they convinced me to buy Gunner's Heaven, which on its own apparently is a really good game. I'm not here to buy good games. I'm here to buy garbage. But nonetheless, they convinced me to get this. And of course, it's incomplete. They didn't notice that looking at it in the glass case, but it's missing the front cover art and the actually the spine art, which isn't the Obi strip. It was just ripped off of the side because it was one of the bigger case games. And then we found a complete copy for about the same price at a few stores later. So thanks, Adam. Thanks, Joseph. On to 3DO, we've got J-League Virtual Stadium. It's a sports game. Sword and Sorcery, which is Lucien's Quest. It's a lot cheaper in Japan than it is in North America, but nonetheless, it's kind of cool to own that. And then we've got Wacky Races, which is kind of a 3D just novel, I guess. It's essentially just a video playback format, but particularly with low-res models of Dastardly, Muttley, Penelope Pitstop, all of your favorite Wacky Races characters, all of those Wacky Races fanboys, So on to other platforms, we've got Casio Loopy representation, we've got the dress-up game. It is not the Stupid Dog game, oddly enough, but it is one I needed nonetheless, not that I had that many Casio Loopy games. Then we've got Graduation 2 on the PCFX. Fun fact, this is a launch game. You really needed to know that. On to Super Famicom, we've got Yamamoto on the cover of a war strategy game. There's no reason that I pick up particularly historical figures on the top of game box arts, but you should watch Adam's videos on that. We got Ranma 1/2, yet again another anime game. Puyo Puyo, which was 300 yen for a complete box Super Famicom game, so that was cool. And then, oddly enough, I picked up this racing game. The only reason I did was last time I picked up this controller, which is a one-handed Super Famicom controller, but turns out it had the same characters, and I guess it was designed for this game, or at least branded with this game, so I thought that was neat. On to some Sufami Turbo games, which, if you didn't know, the Sufami Turbo was Nintendo trying to make up with production. They couldn't meet demand, so they licensed Bandai out to make other means of cartridges, and so they came up with this adapter here with the smaller cartridges that pop right in there. Essentially, it was all Bandai games that were supported on it, but there are a decent list of like 20 or so games. So we have a few here. We've got the purple Gundam game. We've got the green Gundam game. We've got the mustard Gundam game. And we've got Ultraman, not a Gundam game. We also got a SF1 Super Famicom controller, which, if you didn't know, the SF1 is a TV that they put a Super Famicom in, particularly produced by Sharp. I don't understand why these are so cheap. It was about 2,700 yen, which, about 20 bucks at most. it doesn't make sense, because I don't really understand why these would be shipped out with anything but those TVs, particularly with the sharp SF1 branding. But if you know, that would be interesting. Did like a bunch of these just wash up on shore? Did they overproduce them for God knows what reason? I have no idea. Another interesting piece of Sega hardware is the FM unit for the Mark III. So this is essentially adds FM sound to your Master System games officially. So I don't own a Mark III, but this will be interesting to use nonetheless. Finally, we have some Famicom Disk System games. We've got Dobitase, which is a big box Famicom Disk System game. Apparently it originally came with some 3D glasses for that stereoscopic 3D. We've got some unlicensed games as well here. So, made by Super Pig, we have Sexy Puzzle. I'll let you imagine what that game is about. And then we have a mystery game. So this was actually given to me by Charlie, Joseph's hard boss. Essentially, he's a guy that's been living in Japan since the 90s and has a very impressive collection and taught everything Joseph knows. So he is the originator of the Hard-Off Destroyer. But essentially, he just gave this to me, told me that he wanted to figure out what was on it. So eventually, I'll get around to fixing up my Famicom Disk System, and we'll figure it out together. It probably is porn. So thank you, Charlie. Thank you, Joseph. Thank you, Adam. That was super fun, and I'll see you in the next pickups.
Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you very much. Please stay tuned to the next episode. Like I said, there will be 7 of these game hunting throughout Japan. I really hope you guys enjoy it. Please do me a favor until the next episode, like this one, comment down below, subscribe if you've never done that before, as well as check out all the social media stuff in the description: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Discord, Patreon, Spreadshirt, the travel channel, which is very similar to this, by the way, and etc. I appreciate the support on all those platforms. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all later.